Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to some more Transport Fever at the races. We are back where it all began, back on the Gotthard map in the snowy Alps. I've added the snow mod for this because we've never actually done any races in the snow. I've never actually used it before. I've always wanted to. It looks awesome. I love the snow texture, and because we're midway through the season, we've done 5 races of the championship. We're going to do a couple of bonus races. This is going to be 7 races. Basically, people asked in the comments they would like to see certain things, freight, etc. So we're going to run some of that. The first one, or the first 4 races, however, will take part here in the very first map where it all began. Thank you, autosave. There's not really much to save though. So we're back here on the Gotthard map. One of the comments was, I thought was a great idea, was to take the trains that we were currently using in the championship, steam, diesel and electrics, and run them with the appropriate coaches for that train, i.e. speed, time, or era, livery, etc, etc. So that's what we're going to do. So the first race is going to be steam, and each train is going to have a matching coach from its time. They're all roughly from the same time, but there's different coaches for different countries. Some of them do different speeds, the results will be different. Some coaches are not as fast as their trains. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do it for steam trains first, then we're going to do it for diesels, and then we're going to do it for electrics. Fortunately enough, there is a mass variety on Steam Workshop, so it was pretty easy to find the appropriate coaches for the locos. So we're all good to go there, but we'll just head round because this is the track preview. There's going to be 3 tracks. Once I've done this one, we'll head over to the next track, which is going to be freight, and then the 4th track, the 4th map, is going to be the 3rd set of races, which is going to be multiple units, which I think look pretty cool. So there will actually be 4 races on this first map. I forgot to say the 4th race will be that we will take the two best trains from each class, 2 electrics, 2 diesels and 2 steams, and pit them against each other to see how they get on. So we'll have to wait and see there. Now obviously I'm going to say that the electrics are going to win because they do 124, but the class A4 with the Kilocans mod does do its record breaking, or its record setting speed of 124, and it's the diesels, well, they may even struggle against the steam train, so we'll just have to wait and see. So anywho, we are going to start down here at Altdorf, and we're basically going to head, following the river all the way to the end of the map, and then back, finishing up here in Ingebohl. So basically the track heads along. There is different sections of speed. They do slow down for the corners. I've tried to minimize bridges, etc, as much as possible, because I think that's where most of the glitches were happening. So I'll set up each line. They're going to head along here past Enetbergen, or Bergen, and then we're just going to follow the river, and we're going to hug it tightly as we go past stands. As you can see, the track heading back on the other side, up past Sarnen. There is a bridge there, but it was the only way I could get past this goods factory, unfortunately. So round past here, so you can see here it slows down and speeds up. So, but we'll just see how they get on with the appropriate coaches or carriages. Then we're going to head along here. This is quite a fast section, and then we get to Interlaken, where it heads round. Still quite fast. It does slow down around here, and then along. This section is quite fast as well. And then we head round past this. Looks like a foods factory. It is Thun Food Factory. Is that Thun there? Yes, there was a bridge there at one point, but I deleted it. heading along, and then we get to the sort of end of the line. I was going to go around past the Carno, round down past Bellinzona, and come back, but I decided just to cut it round here beside Bern. So it's going to head round, and then it's going to head back down. So whoever's in the lead, if they're far enough in front, they'll see the trail, the end train, or the train in last, heading up here. But we'll just see how they get on. They might all be fairly similar. And then there's a rather horrific little section here with these stupid, that I can kinda delete. There we go. Oh wait. These are the things of nightmares. That's how glitches happen. So we're gonna head back around here past Thun. Head around down here. This is a fast section, so I am hoping at some point the trains do reach their top speed. Obviously not an issue for electrics or diesels, they seem to do quite well, but the steam trains do take a while to get up to their top speed. So they're going to head back towards the finish line here, past Brienz, around the go, and past Stans again, and then hang a left past Luzerne, where we come to the edge of the map, and then there's the home straight, a long straight across this bridge. Now it will slow down as it heads past Enetbergen, or Enetbergen here. It's now on the left hand side as it comes round to the finish line in Ingerbol. So that consists of the first map. I sort of stayed away from this mountainy section. We did a lot of that in the very first race, and although it looked pretty cool and epic, we're going to stay away from that. So quite a fluent map, quite fast. And the last map I did on Shutter Island, there were hardly any glitches, and it was one of a very fluent map, and so was this one. The Gotthard, the very first races we did, even though it was all through the mountains and that, there weren't very much tight corners, so trains were able to get up to top speed quite easily, and there was only one glitch out of all 6 races, and that was the BR-103 German electric train was the only one that had a glitch. I believe it was in the haulage race. It was winning. It went across a bridge, it stopped, and ended up finishing last. So hopefully it will be good here though, but that consists of the first map. Now we will head on to the second map, and I will let you guys know what the plan is for that. So here we are on map number 2. Now, those of you who watch the other Transport Fever series that I am currently doing, you will recognize this. This is the map of the US. There it is. Very nice. All the way along to the west coast, where we've got Seattle, Los Angeles, etc. You can probably see the track there as well. So because we're running freight, and we're going to be running quite heavy freight, so we're basically starting here, down between San Antonio and Albuquerque. As you can see, the track has been laid out. Now, as you'll see as we go around this track, there ain't much tight corners. There are a lot of ups and down sections, but we're going to head along here, along past the right hand side of Denver, and then we're going to come around right up to the top of the map. Now, because these are freight trains and they'll be hauling a lot of freight, this might take a while. These races could last for ages, and then so just we'll just have to bear with it. We'll see how it goes when I do the first one. It's then going to come through here, round past Spokane. Now, these corners look tight, but they are still quite fast, above 80 miles per hour. So, or some of them are at 80, 90 miles per hour. The fastest freight train we're going to be running is the big boy that does about 87 miles per hour. So if it can keep up top speed through here, that'll be good. Considering the amount of freight it's going to be hauling, that will be good. So it will continue on and go down. There's a downhill section here as it heads towards Salt Lake City, and then it's going to come round, and then it's going to go to the left, right, up this hill, through here, and then start heading back. across this valley here, past Phoenix, and then down into Albuquerque, back to the station here. Now the 3 races I've got planned is the first one is going to be the Big Boy Challenge, where if we go into here, you shall see, if we go to diesels, I have a wide variety of American diesel freight trains to choose from. Lots, tons, various different kinds. There we go, right down here till we get to the SD70s. Now they are 70 miles per hour with 890 kilonewtons of pulling power. I've basically just added every livery of train that is on the Steam Workshop, so that's pretty awesome. But the first race we're going to run is going to be the Big Boy here, 81 miles per hour, sorry, I said 87. Tractive effort 602 kilonewtons, so that is pretty good just on its own. As it says here, the locomotive was a real monster. I bold-heartedly agree. So there it is, the Big Boy, 602 kilonewtons, 81 miles per hour. It's by far the fastest of any of the diesel trains that we have. But what I was going to do is take things like the GP7s, which are 274 kilonewtons at 65 miles per hour. I was going to double header them. Double header some, not the Fairbanks Morse, because they are pretty decent. They're going to be run in another race, the second race. The GP9s, I'm going to stick 2 of them together, and basically the sort of small, slower freight trains. So there are the GP7s, and then we'll probably take the GP7s and GP9s. These GU50s are going to be run in the main race because they've got a tractive effort of 900 kilonewtons, so they are pretty awesome. But things like the SD40, no, maybe not the SD40, where is it? SD45. There are a few others. Things, not this, not that. Although we could totally do that. We could totally double header some of these and send them on their way. Let's just check on the GP7s. 274. So these little beasts down here, if I can locate them again, these actually might do quite well. They won't be as fast, but we shall see. Right, now, where are we? There is a lot of GP7s. This is the standard. The GP7s do what? 65. So we could use the SD40s. Where's the SD40s? Yeah, 65. So we'll use some SD40s as well. Now they might beat the Big Boy. We'll just have to wait and see. Something like this. Maybe not that because it does 70 miles per hour, which is a bit fast. But we'll see. I will work something out, and then we'll get a Big Boy challenge on the go to see who can actually beat the Big Boy. So it'll be interesting, but there's plenty of trains to choose from, so I'll be able to figure something out. These sort of things here are going to be run in the second race, the sort of larger hauling trains, and they're going to be racing either a kilometre long or a mile long contest. I haven't decided yet, but I shall at some point. So basically the smaller trains in the first race are going to be double headered, so they'll be double headered, and they'll be racing against one single Big Boy on its own, and they're going to be hauling these boxcars, 25 tons. These are the heaviest of the wagons that I could find. I was hoping to use the heavy open wagon, but that's only 15 tons, and the not so heavy open wagon still 15 tons, so that's really the same weight is that the other gondolas, some of them are quite heavy tank cars, but nothing is as heavy as 25 tons, and it does 99 miles per hour. So even if the trains do reach their top speed, that'll be a-okay. The third race in the whole series is going to be World Freight. So whoever wins the second race will be pitted against trains from all over the world, like things like this. Then they'll be hauling a extremely long consist as well, and that'll be a kilometre or a mile long, and they'll be racing against British freight trains, German freight trains, things like this. So we shall have to wait and see. But anywho, that's it for the second map. I was actually going to do a third map and do some more races, but because I have built a third map, but I've decided to leave that for the next race in the season, round 6. So that map is ready to go. But that's what we're going to do here. I was going to do single unit freight trains, and I probably could, but we're not going to bother with that. We're going to do just, everything is going to be haulage. I may actually do a fourth race, we'll see. We'll see how we get on. As I said, I'm expecting the races to be extremely slow, so we'll have to wait and see how that pans out in the end. But as always, I've been Danny Boy. If you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike with any thoughts that you have on the two maps or any of the races, then leave a comment. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then nail that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. As always, this has been Transport Fever at the races. The preview of the two bonus race, the two maps for the bonus races. And I will catch you later.